Welcome back to another 2.5 stars. I'm joined by
Jason
and Kelly, or not Kelly.
Erik. You know that you're half dwarf, right?
What if I'm the
Brad Pitt of dwarf kind?
Kelly, his wife, fucked it a lot.
What's up, guys? It's Steve. I had hair when I was younger.
Like, watch this, guys. I'm gonna totally make them do it.
What's up, guys? It's Steve with Hap Gaming, and welcome back to another 2.5 stars. I am joined by
Erik.
Kelly.
Jason.
And this week we watched, I was actually waiting for Ricky. It's really weird. He hasn't been on a podcast in like a year, and I waited for him for some reason. I was like, where's Ricky? He's not saying anything. This week we watched Loaded Weapon, directed by Gene Quintano, written by Don Hawley and Tori Tellem, starring Emilio Estevez, Samuel L. Jackson, and John Lovitz. IMDb synopsis: a spoof of Lethal Weapon, other movies, TV commercials, etc. Two unlike LA cops investigate cocaine. This is the worst fucking thing. It's just written horribly. Nobody looked at this thing. LA cops investigated cocaine in Girl Scout cookies case. It's just,
what?
I don't know. It's
What?
poorly written. Poorly written. Basically, two cops are investigating cocaine in Girl Scout cookies. Another cop died. I can hear myself like crazy right now.
I think that's on mine. Let me fix that. Can you still hear yourself?
I don't know. I can hear you actually. And myself
You should
again.
be able to hear me.
No, I can hear you twice. What's going on?
Oh, then it's not me.
Who is it? Test. Test. Okay. It sounds better.
I didn't touch anything.
Maybe it was me.
Yeah, when I'm talking, sometimes I can see Jason's little light show up.
All right.
Well, I think I got that fixed.
I think we're good. So what'd you guys think?
I
Dan-
really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I was pretty much in stitches the whole movie. That's so dumb, but it is the good kind of dumb. They did the parody good. Like, definitely very good. I liked it.
Yeah, I mean, this is back when parodies were actually done well, instead of just whatever bullshit they throw in with what they are doing nowadays. I feel like they've kind of lost this recently with some of the stuff we've like, the Scary Movie 4 bullshit.
Oh,
some
God.
of these,
Why did you bring that up?
because it's the one that I can think that we watched on the podcast. We haven't watched some of the other ones because they're just that
Only
bad
thing
too.
that's ever given me fucking PTSD.
The only one that's giving you PTSD.
Only one, yeah. Well, that's not true. There's a Larry the Cable Guy show that was pretty bad.
That one gave me PTSD.
Oh, God.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
I mean, this has like topical stuff too. It doesn't. It's not just like silly stuff. There's like topical parodies, like the fucking Head and Shoulders commercial in the middle of the movie.
Yeah.
It's just like,
It's
so what's
tingling.
my problem? Yeah, it's tingling. That means it's working. I was like, holy shit! I remember that, and I loved the spoofed cameo. They had Charlie Sheen cameo in the movie.
Yeah.
And it was hilarious because he was like really noticeable. And that's a hilarious spoof of a cameo.
Yeah, I thought to myself, well, there's the guy selling the drugs. Just arrest him. He can. If
He's not selling drugs. He's doing the drugs. Come
I
on.
was gonna say, if he's not selling them, he can at least get you to the guy that is. His name in the movie too is something weird. I can't remember, like Gorg or something. If you look at the name tag.
His name is Gorg?
That might not be right. It was something weird like that though.
It was 4 letters and it had G, R, and M in it. I think it might have been Germ.
Garm?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think he's right. I think it was Germ.
Germ.
Germ or
Germ.
Gorm, something like
Or
that. Some
Germ,
weird ass name.
It was an actual word. This is not something I've seen before. So
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I would know if it was germ.
Not Germ.
Probably
Germ.
what they should have called him because I mean he has some kind of germs, I'm sure.
They don't even give him a name in this in the IMDb thing. They just call him Valet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
I was valet. I was way off.
Okay.
Oh man.
I mean, this movie-
Samsonite.
Yeah. Oh, you it started with an S. Yeah, I mean, there's so many funny bits. Like, I love that he goes inside the trailer, and then it's like this just palace,
Fucking mansion. Yeah.
everything mismatched.
Yeah, where did you get that? I know it didn't even match.
Yeah.
Like the marble pillars and like these ugly cupboards, and there's weird like things in the background. That zebra chair and like antique lamps. And where did he get this trailer at? Now I wonder if Bruce Willis's trailer looked like that too in the inside. I mean, it got blown up. We didn't get to see.
Yeah, that's true.
I was pretty happy to see that one too. I was like, when I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, he's in this, isn't he? Fuck.
I just turned on the movie and skipped up to the scene with Charlie Sheen. Gern, all capital.
Gurn.
Gurn.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking through the trivia stuff to see because I'm like, I'm sure somebody caught it and wrote it down here, but that works too.
Sure. It was way off.
I knew it started with G though.
Yeah, that shit's funny.
Did you know Always Sunny has a cameo in here also?
What?
Yeah. Patty's Pub is where General Mortar's hideout is.
Yep.
I saw it and I was like, that looks like Patty's Pub. Nah, it can't be
That's
Patty's
what I
Pub. It
thought
just has
too.
to be a thing.
Like it's a little off, but I was like, maybe it
Yeah.
could be.
I gotta say, I loved William Shatner as a villain. Hilarious.
Fucking great.
Yeah, I also didn't know who he was. I was like, wait, who is that? Like he had just a better hairpiece, or was it a facial hair, or I don't know, something that just threw me off for a bit.
You're gonna expect your divorce papers in the morning over that one? That's ridiculous.
Yikes. Okay, well,
I can't believe
if
that.
that's what it
shit.
takes, then now I know.
So I like the opening scene when he's in the store and he's looking through the magazine and he unfolds it like it's a centerfold and it's like 18 folds long.
And then all the shit
Then
that just falls out of the fucking
All the
thing.
shit that falls out, it's like literally a mountain up to his knees of just the crap that's in the magazines.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't you guys remember that shit back in the 90s?
Yeah.
They still have that, dude.
It was way worse back then.
Oh no, it was way worse. Now it's like maybe
so
one or two
Oh, with like
slips.
loose stuff?
Yeah, you'd get
Yeah.
like buy like a magazine or something,
Yeah.
and there'd be like 18 envelopes in the stupid thing, and you're like, what the hell? This is mostly envelopes.
Yeah, I probably depended on the magazine too. It was probably worse. I don't know.
Oh man. Cold.
Yeah.
The whole scene of it, the convenience store was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Those owners were not very happy. He was like, well, what happened? And they showed him the whole thing. Oh, well, the whole thing got blown up. There's nothing there at all.
He's like, don't thank me now, or whatever.
I liked how
There's
they
no
were
need to thank me. Just
different
copy
things.
it.
And they blew up different ways. Like was it the beers with the loggers on it?
Yeah.
And it was on their peens.
Kind of made me think of that scene in Shazam when he's arresting those guys and he tosses them through the windows. It's like, yeah, he just caused more damage than what those guys could have stole out of the register, probably.
Yeah, I was cracking up so hard at that part with them going over what is that called in track and field? What is that?
The shot put?
Yeah.
No, when they're jumping over the bar.
Hurdles.
Oh, hurdles.
It's not a hurdle.
Yeah.
What is it?
Isn't it a hurdle?
No, the hurdles are the one you jump over.
You just said when you
Isn't that what you
jump.
just
over
said?
the ball.
Are you,
Are you talking about the high jump?
the pole vault?
I don't know. The big one they showed in the movie. They didn't have a pole, but maybe it's just pole vault minus the pole. There wasn't a pole, but there was definitely. I don't know. I only did hurdles in school, so I didn't do one of those things. I was too afraid.
Did you go to school in like Norway or something? You're like, no, the Ebelsklavers. Yeah, that's what it is. Holy shit. Yeah, and then I love the Denise. No, that's the wrong name because Kelly's like, Denise Richards is in this. What the Kathy Ireland. That's right. Yeah. I forgot about Kathy Ireland. Then I'm watching this, and then the one lady lets her hair down and turns into Kathy Ireland, which is a hilarious spoof of all the Let Your Hair Down movies.
Yeah. Fucking this was before a lot of that stuff though, wasn't it?
No, that stuff in the 80s was ridiculous.
The slow-mo hair turn. What? You like when mommy does that? Yeah. But that's not as theirs. It's all ratty because I got mommy hair.
I liked Whoopi Goldberg's death.
Oh, I know. Have you seen this woman's on a t-shirt? And then maybe this will refresh your memory. Bring her in. No, what they say? It was
She's out of focus.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's out of focus. Pixelated would be modern terms.
Yeah.
This is too high a compression. I don't know. It's too bad they don't make movies like this anymore. I mean, the spoofs all kind of went away, but they don't spoof anything real or normal. You know, they just spoof well, I guess you can't defend people, so you can't do that. And then so that's why.
Yeah, you can't offend anybody anymore. It's against the rules.
They get mad. The
Took
PC
away our
babies
freedom of
come out,
speech.
and then they're then they cry, and nobody wants to listen to the PC babies cry. You know?
Would you want to
Sure,
come
that's
home to
very
PC
PC,
babies?
Eric.
No, I wouldn't want to come home to the PC babies crying. I would not. I see why PC principals like that.
Yeah.
You know. And I mean, it's like there's so many funny things that you could do with a lot of the modern shows because they all have their consistent tropes that they use that are all the same.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like nowadays, you know, there's always the stern, tough dad, and then the wussy guy, and then the wussy guy is trying to make friends with the stern dad. That's I watched that so many times. I mean, what I'd like to see is the tough guy trying to make friends with the wussy dad, and the wussy dad just not liking him. You know, that'd be a change up, or even better, the tough girl who's trying to make friends with the wussy mom, and it's not working out. Or you could reverse that. That would be at least different. You know, you could have somebody like the woman out there throwing tires over and stuff, and being like, "Oh yeah, brother."
God damn it, man.
That's a 1990s flashback right there. I thought we were trying to do modern spoofs.
Fucking that was a hilarious episode. So,
oh man. Ooh,
I mean, I don't. Now I have everybody doing it.
Couldn't help myself. What's up, brother?
Too bad that guy had to die.
Yeah.
He was pretty cool. I feel like he should have just got an infinite life pass.
Did
Wasn't that cool? That was the thing.
Overdose or something?
He died of a heart attack while he was driving.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's from being a giant and probably steroids.
Yeah. Most likely.
God, that's steroids. Damn it.
Fucking steroids.
How come they could see isn't that sad though? Like RoboCop, that's one thing nobody really ever says about RoboCop. If we were living in the RoboCop universe, we would not be able to do this because they have no TV, you know, no monitors or anything. But my dad would still be alive because he'd have a sweet ass robotic heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aside from maybe some of our crime fighting stuff. Because, you know, we'd definitely be cops in that universe because it looks like you just do whatever you want.
Yeah, you don't have to be a very good cop either, so.
Well, I mean, as long as you're getting the job done.
Yeah.
Which is killing criminals, which we could definitely do that.
Sounds like Judge Dredd also.
You just imagine me driving around Detroit or whatever town that is in a front end loader, just hammering shitty looking cars with punk guys in it. I'm sure he was guilty of something. You dumped him off the bridge. Yeah, they died. I mean, their car, the tags were expired.
This is just your Last Action Hero style parody of action movies where you just get to go, that guy was a bad guy. Fuck him. Just dump him off the bridge. This is Eric's dumping spot.
Sure. You know, it's oh, look at that. Anderson's dumping another guy off the bridge.
And it doesn't matter what city you're in. The bridge you dump it off is going to end up in that canal thing in Los Angeles. So because that's what they always have to have that weird canal thing. If they're going to film in in California, basically, that canal thing has to show up somewhere in it. It's that's not even in that area. They'd film
I
a
would
movie up in
love-
Northern California, and somehow that canal would end up in the movie.
No, I would love to film it. Like all of the stuff leading up. Like you could do it in the Megler Bridge in Astoria, which
Mhm.
doesn't look like anything, or like the Brooklyn Bridge, or the the Golden Gate Bridge. You could film me driving the front end loader with the car across the front end of the Golden Gate Bridge, and then show it fall off that tiny little height into that
Yeah.
fucking.
In the
Like,
2-inch deep water.
What the hell just happened? Wasn't that the Golden Gate Bridge? Shit.
Oh man, yeah, the oceans are drying up. Don't fucking worry about it, all right?
I thought we were going the other direction. The oceans were getting higher.
They dammed up the bay.
They dammed up the bay. Okay.
Yeah.
That way they could turn the whole thing into a prison.
Yeah, just the whole. It's just, and then it's Escape from San Francisco now.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
my brother
it's a new
has
escape
his
movie.
way when he becomes a dictator of the United States. He's just going to wall off all those big cities.
Your brother? Is that what you said?
Yeah, to keep people from coming in. I'm doing quotation marks right now.
So what you're saying is he's creating Judge Dredd, because that's exactly what happens in Judge Dredd. They wall off the major cities, and then like everything else is a fucking wasteland.
No. Everything else is great because we put the wall around those cities to keep everybody from getting in there. Quotation marks. If you catch my drift,
Yeah.
Because
Is he gonna name them all just super clever names like Mega City 1 and stuff like
oh
that?
no, he's not going to name it Turd City 1. Turd City 2. I mean, San Francisco, Turd City. That would actually be pretty apt.
I mean, it makes sense. The sidewalks are covered in turds.
Yeah, it's just like, whoa, there's a lot of turds there.
Don't fall
But
down the
anyways.
streets.
Ugh. God, that's gross. I mean, see, that's where RoboCop comes in. He just shoots them.
And then you just got dick blood everywhere.
And then you got to clean up the streets.
Yeah.
From the dead bodies and the poop and the dicks.
Oh man.
My God,
Goddamn
a lot
RoboCop.
of dicks. Dicks just laying everywhere.
Oh,
God, you'd find like half moldy dicks for years.
Damn it, Jason.
Okay.
I thought he said
moldy after a little while. I'm sure they're not going to stay fresh forever.
Oh
Poor
fuck.
Did I just throw you off? You're like, I don't even know what to say anymore.
God damn it.
He's sleepy.
Oh, do you want to just go over there then? He's making a lot of racket.
I know he is.
Okay.
I realize that. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna step off for a bit, see if I can get a boy to sleep because he's not calming down.
Okay.
We had him mostly asleep, and then I woke him up by looking at him.
Nice job, Eric.
I didn't mean to, but he does that.
Yeah, you never really mean to, but they just wake up when you look at them or make any motion in their general direction.
If this was the 40s, I could just dose him with some whiskey and he'd fall right asleep.
God damn it, man.
Yeah, but we're in the 2000s. We use the NyQuil now. All right.
No, it's not even NyQuil. It's that new one.
Sequel?
Yeah, it doesn't even have any cold fight or cold medicine in it. It's just sleeping stuff.
Yeah.
What is it?
NyQuil.
It's called Z-Quil.
It just
Don't
puts
actually
you.
give it to your kid.
No.
Oh.
It's literally
not-
just a sleepy time thing. It's nothing to do with making you feel or trying to help you with a cold or anything like that. No decongestion or shit like that. Pain reliever. It is just to go to sleep.
Well, I mean, I wish I could look at the study where they have kids and they give them some booze and then whatever happens to them. I would really like to see those studies because you know what? They never actually prop out any studies with any real numbers.
I doubt they're going to do studies now because it would be illegal to give a child alcohol.
They've already said they've done the studies, but they never come out with numbers. I mean, do they just find drunks and then be like, did you give your kid alcohol? And then, the kid's from a family of drunks, so he's, might not be the smartest. And then be like,
Sorry.
I got crap loads of booze given to me.
At what age is it legal to give your child booze? Does anybody
Depends on where
actually
you
know?
are.
Well, anywhere in the United States, you can give a kid booze under the age of 21 if it's for religious reasons. They get their sip of wine. It's legal. But at what age does that start? Because if you do that at age 1, I'm pretty sure you're going to get in trouble.
Why do they care?
I don't know, because you have
mean-
to be 21 to drink and 18
But
to
the thing
die.
is it like, okay, maybe it or let's say it actually hurts the kid, then why can't you find any friggin' numbers on it? Like it's gonna make him 5% dumber. Or you get a chance that he's gonna be 20% dumber.
Or maybe they're 20% more likely to be an alcoholic.
Yeah, I mean, I just would like to know what probabilities are. That's why when they say that stuff, they should give out those numbers. Because then people can go, oh, that's what it does. And then it's clear, and then how the study was done. Like, we've all seen those, like, people who eat, like, stuff that's high in saturated fat have more heart attacks. But if anybody knew how that data was even collected, they just disregard it entirely. Because what they do is they give you a questionnaire and then you fill it out, right? And then they don't include what else you eat. So, like, you got, like, my dad, right? That dude would eat whatever. Okay. He ate lots of stuff high in saturated fat, but he also ate crap loads of cookies, milk, sweets, candy bars, Oreo cookies, animal cookies. I mean, that his main diet was basically cookies. But if you had him fill out a questionnaire that said, "What do you eat?" you would never see a cookie on there. And I think most people are like that because they lie to themselves.
I fucking hate you, Eric. I want cookies.
Yeah, cookies are great.
Like right now, I need some fucking cookies.
Dude, did you guys try the Mega Stuff Oreo cookies?
No, I like the thins with very little frosting in them.
Oh, I like the super frostings.
I used to eat nothing but double stuff.
I just
Once
double
that-
stuff and then split them and put 2 double stuff together.
I used
That's
to do
good
that a lot.
too, yeah.
But since the thins came out, I really like them. If they had the thinner cookie with the thick frosting, I'd probably love it. Because it's the cookie I really like. Because the cookie's like wafer thin.
Oh,
I like
I've
the
never
ones that
tried-
are chocolate dip. Those are really good.
Oh yeah, I just had some. I don't know if you like the white chocolate ones, but
I'm not a fan of
Holy
white chocolate, except for macadamia nut, white chocolate macadamia nut cookies. Other than that, I don't really like white chocolate. It just doesn't. I don't know.
oh yeah, see, I love like cookies and cream candy bars.
Yeah.
I will literally eat okay. So let's just say that I was in charge of guarding the supplies in some place, and if I got into the supplies, I'm gonna get killed. Okay, for
Eric's
sure.
dead. He's eating.
If
the
they
cookies.
had me guarding cookies and cream candy bars, I can guarantee you that. But when they found me, I would be mostly dead from sugar overdose. My gut would look like I ate, I don't know, a 50-pound turkey, and I would be mostly dead, and I would definitely get shot over it. But I mean, I could not resist it. I'd be like, well, just try having one. And then, like, 1 or 2 cases or, forklift loads later, they'd show up and be like, what the hell did you do? Well, I mean, you can't leave me here with this. This is ridiculous.
Well, I was
What
gonna
am
have one, so I knew nobody'd notice. So then I thought I'd have
Yeah.
2.
I just figured if I got rid of the whole case, these things are dangerous. Look at the state I'm in.
I'm not even able to get away from you right now. I'm in like a coma.
All right. So I had to look around to try to find something that wasn't in the UK. Exceptions to the national minimum legal drinking age. Exceptions to the legal drinking age are religious activities, educational purposes, lawful employment, parent, guardian, or spousal consent, law enforcement purposes, and medical reasons.
Wait, so
There's
I
a
can just
bunch
get
of
my kid
those.
drunk.
There's a bunch of those that are like, why the fuck? Like, what job do you have that you are allowed to do? You have to drink. Not allowed. You have to drink in. Are you like a fucking 1960s fucking advertising guy and you have to drink in that?
My toddler is a goddamn alcohol model. God damn it, he has to drink it for the commercial.
Well, if you say he can drink and you give it to him, apparently he can.
But
it doesn't matter.
you can't give the kid it out in public though.
No, it
No.
has to be in your house,
That's
or
the-
not necessarily your house, but a private home. I knew that.
So
But
educational purposes, you're like, all right, kids, this is what it's like to get drunk.
this
Drink
is what
up.
it's like to get drunk, and you get them so drunk that they almost get alcohol poisoning, so they never do it again, right? That works with cigarettes. Smoke the whole pack.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I can tell you one thing that did not work on me. I got wasted, and I had a great time, and then did it again the next time I got the opportunity.
And then medical
but you're not-
reasons, are these people taking old school fucking like patent medicines that have alcohol? Just like that's pretty much all it is. They used to give out to people in the fucking 20s during Prohibition.
Some alcohol.
Were you not recommended by your doctor to drink like a glass of wine every once in a while?
No, it was
I
not.
thought you were.
Nope. They
To
asked
thin
if
your
I
blood.
drank, and I said no, and they're like, all right, you don't, there's no reason to tell you to drink a glass. So
Okay.
I don't think they know what they're talking about with most of that crap, anyways. People still die. When there's
Yeah.
the
Still
first
die?
guy who doesn't die, then I'll be like, okay, they've nailed it. They know what they're doing now. I mean, the reality is like until they can turn your DNA, like fix your DNA strands, so it's like your DNA is like you were when you were 20, which would literally make us like we were when we were 20. Wouldn't that be nice? Like that stupid machine on Elysium, you could get in the thing. Like I could be 70, get in the thing, get a treatment, and if my DNA is like I was when I was 20, I will de-age and be totally healthy.
Can I go back to
I'm-
like maybe like 17 or so? Because I was still bald at 20.
Okay, I don't know about that, but hell, I don't even care if I was bald, you know. But I mean, if all of a sudden I could like, man, that'd be great. I wouldn't mind being 20 again right now. I wish I
Every
could just
time-
break my toe and then have it not heal incorrectly. And then there's the whole arthritis bit.
Every 6 to 8 months, Steve would have to have a treatment because he would start losing hair. He'd always have to regenerate to 17 over and over, like every 6 months.
Well, let's be real. If they could do that, then they could definitely be like, "Oh, here's the bald gene. We'll just turn that off on you." And then Steve would be running
Oh my
around.
God.
I guarantee you, if they turn that off,
He'd
He would
be a
run around
fucking
like
woolly
fucking
mammoth.
yeah.
What
He
would
would
happen? What would happen is somehow they would make it, and then I would just be completely covered in hair. It'd be like the fucking werewolf disease thing.
That's what we're saying.
You know, it'd be really funny
You guys talked over each other, so I couldn't hear you.
Oh,
to turn Ricky's baldness on,
Yeah.
so he looks like that some bald, creepy guy.
If he shaved his beard off, he'd look like Ron Howard.
Oh my god, that'd be so funny.
God damn it.
Give him an allergy to pot. Just watch.
oh my God. He would. I don't know. I think he'd rather die than have an allergy to pot.
Lots of people. I was reading about people who smoke pot every day. They're likely to turn allergic to pot at some time.
Well,
That's why they moved to meth.
probably not until the cancer sets in.
Can you imagine that though? How terrible would that be?
To turn to meth? I mean,
No, actually, I don't know. Would that be terrible? That
That would
might
be
be kind of fun
horrible.
for a while.
It'd be horrible.
Yeah, I mean, in the long run,
In general, just not. It's not good.
yeah. I mean, it's not good like long term, but it's really fun. Like for the first 2 times, isn't it? Isn't that why they keep doing it?
I think they become heavily addicted to it pretty quick. So
I think that one is extremely addictive. It's not like Coke. Coke you can do a couple times and have zero addiction. The problem is because you have zero addiction and it makes you feel so good, you keep doing it and then you build up an addiction.
I watched some program and the addiction thing might just be kind of an exaggeration that they tell people. Like heroin is the same exact thing as morphine, I guess.
and people become
Chemically.
addicted to both of them pretty quick.
Well, I mean, you don't go in and get like I don't know, a morphine treatment once, and then you're out on the street trying to score heroin. Like you get the habit because you do the stuff with your buddies to have a good time, right? Like for instance, if we had that would actually be a good
Well-
experiment. You have to get kicked in the nuts really hard, and then you could do meth. Like how many people would stay addicted to meth? That's a good question.
Probably
That's
all
these
of
are
them
the
that are
tests
super addicted.
that we need to be doing on prisoners to get a whole bunch of time taken off of their prison sentence.
Get him addicted to meth?
Yeah, and you could kick them in the nuts. So you get like the rapers, right? And you're like, hey, we're gonna totally just bonk you in the nuts, but you get like 10 years off your sentence.
You don't have to worry about the rapers. They're taken care of in prison anyways. I mean, they get their justice.
They don't get out. They still get out.
Some do.
Yeah, some do. The ones that like, I don't know. The big tough guys, they don't get anything happen to them because they're big tough guys.
Nah.
But you could have another big tough guy kick him in the nuts and then give him some meth, and we could see it. We at least have some science on it. That's a good science experiment.
I mean, there's definitely science on people being addicted to meth and heroin and stuff like that. It definitely changes your body, and then you become dependent on the chemical.
Well, yeah. I mean, but how bad is it?
Pretty bad.
I don't know. These are just questions that I'd like to answer to, because like a lot of that stuff is based on this experiment that has to do with mice that they isolated and put inside of like a cage by themselves, and then they walk over and they have like a water thing, and then they have a heroin thing. So they go over and they hit the heroin thing, and they're like, "Well, I'm fucking bored. I got nothing to do," and then bam, they do it again.
But you can see people that are addicted to heroin continuously do it, and then when they get taken off of it cold turkey, it is detrimental to their health, so they go back and do it again. There's people.
A lot of people who do heroin like once and then quit.
I'm
There's
not
also-
saying that you're going to be addicted to it the first time. People get addicted to that stuff because they get prescribed medications like morphine or what the fuck's the other one that's big? The fucking opioid stuff. Yeah, Oxycontin. And they get prescribed that, and then over that 30-day period, they get addicted to that shit, and then they just continuously get it. And then when they can't get it anymore, then they go something illegal.
Because you don't have to do anything illegal to get the stuff to begin with. There's like literally no downside to doing it. So you're just literally giving them a chemical addiction, like really strong. But what I'm saying is like one time of, okay, like Adderall, how many people are legitimately addicted to Adderall? Adderall is like basic. It's almost the same as meth. It's dextroamphetamine instead of whatever the hell methamphetamine is. It's an amphetamine. So,
Yeah.
but you don't see people on the street. You don't see people trick or treating asking for Adderall.
Because it's easier to get meth. It's probably cheaper.
Well, I don't know if it's cheaper. Then again, maybe it is. I don't know. I think they should just legalize everything and have it be a free for all, and then you could find out because it's not going to stop anybody or nobody. Like for instance, Steve, if we legalized every drug, everything, are you just going to get like a meth habit?
Oh, totally. Yeah. No, of course
Yeah,
not.
I mean, I definitely would not do that. I mean, you're just not going to do that. Nobody's going to go, oh, you know what I want to do? Do this. Like, if your life is terrible, then, have some chemicals to make it better. Who gives a shit? I don't care.
Take those kids away from them first.
Yeah, there's that. Boy, that's the shit. The damn kids.
Yeah, because that's what happens a lot of times. Those fuckers will get on it, and then the kids suffer, and then the kids, have shitty lives, and it's not great. So,
I mean, having shitty parents sucks. Even without a drug addiction, you could have like a mom with a gambling addiction. That's
Yeah.
going to be a shitty life. Like a dad with a prostitute addiction, terrible life. See what I'm saying?
Oh man.
I mean, shit. I bet there's a kid right now whose dad has an M&M addiction, and that kid's like, I fucking hate this guy. He's over here. He's 900 pounds. He can't even fucking play catch with me. I mean, I didn't have
that. They do have that all that money from the reality show. My 900-pound life. So it'd be all right.
Right. He's like, I don't have to buy that bounce back thing though, because I can just throw it at his gut and it bounces back at me.
God damn it. Oh fuck.
Holy shit, that took a dark turn.
What the fuck are we talking about?
What the hell are they making fun of when they got Dennis Leary singing? Is that from some movies I don't know about or what?
I have no idea. I think he's just supposed to be like what the fuck was his character in this? He was just like a dude they knew, right? He was a rich dude. Was he a rat or something like that?
Like the you got the top guy, then you got the guy underneath him that sells to a whole bunch of smaller people. I thought that's what he was.
Yeah, it's possible. It's been 2 weeks since I watched this movie, so like
I mean,
the particulars are kind of
call
foggy
him a
for me
jail
now.
because he's a jail dummy,
Yeah.
you know. And then he gets murdered by Tim Curry because he got fired from that awesome hotel job he had in New York from Home Alone 2.
Oh, okay, yeah. And he got a new accent apparently.
Well, I mean, you can't be a scary whatever the hell accent he has in New York. You got to have a scary German accent.
He did not make a good German, in my opinion.
No, that was a weird accent, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But I kind of feel like maybe that was part of the parody, and I just didn't get it.
Oh, it definitely is because that was bad. You know, that was like Charlie Kelly in their Lethal Weapon parody has an accent, doesn't he? Or am I wrong?
Who the fuck did he play in the Lethal Weapon?
He was a blonde guy, and then he had a twin.
Okay, yeah, I think he did have an accent.
Yeah. Well, they were big into the like South African bad guys or German bad guys.
Yeah.
Russian bad guys.
You know who I didn't expect to see in this though was Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
No, it's just down the road, all right?
Yeah.
Oh man. I hope he had insurance on his trailer.
Oh god.
And he was wearing and had the exact same rips and blood as he did at the end of
Die Hard.
Die Hard, yeah. It was like identical. They did
seen
really good at mimicking it.
I should pick Die Hard. I should have picked Die Hard for my Christmas movie. I've never seen it.
You've never seen Die Hard?
The first one is good.
How have
the
we
second one
how
is
have we
good.
watched other Die Hards and we didn't watch the first one?
Yeah, we watched the horrible ones, the new ones.
I think we've
I
only
thought
watched one of them, right?
I don't know. We watched Die Harder or some shit. It was terrible.
Yeah, it wasn't one of the first. What's the third one? What was the third one?
The third one's
was-
great.
All right.
With Jeremy Irons as the bad guy. I mean, that was a great Die Hard. I love that one, especially had Sam Jackson in it, and he just whips out this awesome fucking Leatherman tool and just jacks the car. I was like, holy shit, dude!
Yeah,
I
'cause
want to
that,
learn how.
that was Die Hard with a Vengeance, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like the first three, good. The once you get into like Jai Courtney years, we're like, nah, I don't know about this. Not doing good. So
Steve over here. First three, good. Yes.
must watch theirs. So
That's
yeah,
how you sounded to me the way you were saying it.
Caveman.
Caveman want biscuits and beer and meth.
Caveman know what meth is. Caveman want
What
meth.
would happen if you just brought a caseload of meth to fucking Caveman?
You better
back
run
in
the fuck away because Caveman's gonna fuck your shit up. He's gonna have the energy to chase you and the strength to destroy you.
No, I'm saying we have a time machine so I can go forward in time just to see what happens. I mean, you know what'd be funny? Like you put the
We're super
box on the
futuristic.
ground and you immediately just start to disappear, and you're like, "What the hell?" And it's like they just all got really loaded up on meth and killed each other.
What happened is one of the other animals got a hold of it, and somehow it like sparked some fucking intelligence in them. And now we're on a planet full of fucking sentient saber-toothed tigers or some bullshit like that.
Saber-tooth.
Yeah, I said it real fucked up.
Tigers. You're talking like me, Steve.
I know. Oh man.
That can talk. I seen a really cool cartoon back in the day where they had a talking mammoth, but the cartoon got canceled. I was like, man, why?
I've seen a couple movies with talking mammoth. There's also sloth and saber-toothed tiger and what
Really?
else was
Squirrel's
there?
name.
Squirrel. There's a squirrel. He didn't talk though.
Squirrel in it?
The squirrel didn't. Man, what was the other animals in that?
What
I
movie is?
don't remember.
Ice Age.
Oh, I've never seen that. I guess
Yeah.
I will.
Ice Age. It's a documentary about.
It's a
talking
documentary.
animals.
Oh, if it fell in the water, because then it could like juice up some fucking prehistoric squids, and then the squid people will be the rulers.
No, fuck that. Crab people.
Crab people, crab. People. Oh man.
There's just like giant talking chickens running around. And then you see a caveman run out every once in a while and get one, and they're like, "What are we gonna do about these cave people?"
So Eric, back to what you were saying earlier about de-aging. So I typed into my computer earlier and I was reading about it, and pig intestines and pig bladder have the ability to cause your stem cells to start regrowing themselves like they did when you were in the womb.
What?
Yes.
So I have to what? Fuck the pig bladder?
Yes.
No.
Yes, you do.
They
100%.
dry
That's what you
it
have to
and
do.
turn it into
Don't
some
listen to
kind
whatever
of a
Jason's saying
powder.
now. Fuck it.
You just, I bought $300 worth of pig bladder, and I fucked my brains out, and I feel the same exact age. No, I've got a pig bladder rash on my dick.
They turn it into like a powder, and they use the powder somehow.
Snort it.
Like,
Snort
You
it.
have to snort it, huh?
Yeah.
no, it says here like people that have had like their legs half blown off and stuff, they put the powder on it and it regrows all the muscle and tissue so they can walk again rather than removing the leg. Stuff like that. So I mean, there might be some potential for it.
So this is the beginning of fucking Resident Evil shit. It's like, you know, the T virus shit that like gets your T cells going again, but you turn into some kind of fucking crazy monster. You get all kinds of crazy regrowth and shit. Or it's like the new Resident Evil movie or game where they pour that weird liquid and it just attaches your leg back to your body.
There you go.
What?
Or no, it was your hand. It was your hand that gets cut off. That's right.
I mean, you know, that would be fucking awesome. Dude, if they could reattach limbs in like, let's say a week, right?
Mm-hmm.
There would be sword fighting, like that would be a sport immediately.
It is a sport, Eric.
No. I'm talking about legit, like with an actual sword.
That's a
And
thing.
you can chop the guy's arm off with it.
They
Not
still do,
fencing.
they still do
fencing-
actual jousting where people die. It's a sport.
Yeah. You can't see it on the TV because nobody wants to look at that because they really die. What I'm saying is,
That's
if they
because
keep them
they're
alive,
snowflakes.
if they could keep them alive, people would be like doing all kinds of dangerous. Well, I don't know about that. I would definitely, I'm not going to lie, I would definitely do more dangerous stuff.
You just block the
If
sword
I
with your
thought
head,
for
you're good.
sure, I know I have. What's funny about that is I have the most dangerous job out of any of us, and I'm over here like, holy shit, I could sword fight people.
They get Eric. They would make you a helmet that would just be like your shield. So instead of like holding one in your arm, you just got your fucking lance, and then you get your head down, and just taking that fucking impact right on top of your head.
I'd attach my lance to my crotch area.
I feel like that would hurt when you hit.
I'm good at aiming that sucker. I've taken lots of hits to the nuts. It won't hurt.
You've desensitized it.
How did you produce a child if you've had that many hits to the nuts?
That's what I want to know.
Eric's been hit so
That
many
was
times it's
awesome.
calloused and all that stuff.
Well, I mean, I had a couple of pretty substantial injuries. Once when I fell out of a tree, I had a hole in my bag for a little while. And
Did you say a hole in your bag like your sack?
He did. He did. He's talking like it's a backpack. I had a hole in my bag.
I did.
Damn it.
Buddy, I fucking taped it back up, and I was like, I'm not showing this to anybody. This is really embarrassing. I got yelled at like 2 hours earlier about not climbing in the tree because I might fall out, and I said, I'll never fall out of that tree. And then I fell out and tore my bag. So luckily duct tape, and it kind of sealed itself back up.
My nuts have
man.
sucked way up into my stomach.
you,
Just at the thought of that.
you don't want to tear your bag, right?
No, I don't
No.
want to tear my bag.
It hurts. I think
Oh,
that
man.
didn't hurt as bad as when I zipped it up, though.
Oh my god, that's painful.
I'm just thinking Eric falls out of the tree. Somehow his sack comes out of the thing and just catches on a tree branch and just like it's all super stretchy.
You guys do know, right? Like I was in my underwear climbing in the tree.
What are you doing in your underwear climbing in the tree? Do you want to be Batman?
No, I just wear my underwear and I do stuff because I don't like pants and I hate shorts. So I was in my underwear. You can ask my mom. I was always running around in my underwear.
It was the closest to naked you could be without getting in trouble outside.
I know. I mean, why does everybody care so much if I'm naked or not? It drives like, just don't look. You know,
Eric's just gonna
Don't
start wearing a
expect
fucking Speedo so that he doesn't have to worry about it anymore. It's like, I'm covered, all right, we're fine.
Hey, see this? You can't see my balls. You can see the bulge, but you can't see the actual skin. Would be really funny is just paint it.
God damn it.
That'd be really fun. Just body paint, walk around. I mean, there's women who do it. They don't ever get in trouble
Yeah.
because it's the
Oh
same.
man.
You know,
You have to put a pasty over
No.
it, dude.
there's definitely no double standard there when it comes to male nudity. Like, I mean, shit, I would get in trouble if I just wore my boxers in a mall.
Yeah.
You know, even though I could literally wear swim trunks and nobody would give a shit. So I don't see that's weird. Isn't that weird? Like those weird just cutoffs that don't make any sense.
You're not
I
talking
mean-
about cutoff shorts, right? Like super short cutoff jeans,
Oh, I
like a
don't
Daisy
know.
Duke style stuff.
Those weird like decisions that people make, like
Okay.
what animals you eat is a good one, like what animals are like the good ones, decisions that we've all made.
Uh-huh.
The good ones are the ones
For all
that taste
anybody-
best.
Well, for all anybody knows, like pet skunks are the best, but nobody knows. Or pet pig.
There's definitely people that know that pet skunks are the best.
Some family, some relative of mine knew somebody who had a pet skunk. And when new people showed up at the house and the thing had its glands removed, anyways, when somebody new would show up at the house, they'd go, "Oh my God," there's like when the skunk would show up, they go, "Holy shit, there's a skunk loose." And the skunk would freak out and would turn around and try and spray. And they would bolt and they would laugh their ass off at these poor people that they were like, "Oh my God, I'm going to get fucking skunked."
I'm the type of guy where if that skunk was close enough, I'd kick it so hard in the ass it would probably kill it. I'd feel bad afterwards, but it's
I
like
don't
you don't do
know.
that.
Maybe you would, they'd be like, "Oh, see, like I wouldn't do that joke to my brother. That'd be a terrible idea. I would do it to Ricky because I know Ricky wouldn't kick it." He'd be like, or Steve would be like, "Oh shit." Steve would Hank Hill the shit out of that.
God damn it.
Oh, goddamn skunks.
Oh fuck. So
What
I
do you
put
think
this poster together, and the star in the middle is right on this guy's balls that they're shooting at. It's pretty great. Worked out really well.
That's fucking funny.
I was just looking at it. Sorry.
That
Yeah, I-
seems like it fits the movie perfectly.
And Steve's shooting style.
Exactly. And it's my star also. So
What makes it
You guys
yours?
love
because
that,
it's my name's on there.
Oh,
You guys like the pointless walk in the moonlight?
Yeah. It's fucking hilarious. We
Fucking
have to have that ass walk in the moonlight thing, all right? It's all right.
Like, how bad was his normal butt that they had to have a fake butt?
I don't know. I've never
I
seen
think
Emilio
they
Estevez's butt. So.
intentionally made it look like a fake butt, like just to be parody of movies where they always have the perfect butt. So they intentionally made it
Oh,
like
yeah,
super
butt
fake
doubles. I
perfect.
always forget about that.
Goddamn butt doubles.
I just remembered that because I just watched an episode of Friends where Joey's Al Pacino's butt double. And I'm
Yeah.
like, how the fuck would that? But I bet I kind of want to know now whose real butt have we seen and whose fake butt have we seen?
I'm
wanna
sure
go the-
there's a website for that.
if I'm ever like in a movie where they're going to show my butt, I want to have Ron Jeremy do it and then paint a face on the back of his head.
So he's staring at you?
No, so it's his dick. Duh.
Oh,
So he's standing there, and you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
give him that'd be hilarious. Just this giant dong. You're like,
He's got
what
a
the
tail.
hell?
He's got a tail.
Yeah, that guy, what the hell's wrong with this guy?
Oh man.
Plus, he's fat and hairy, so that'd be hilarious.
So Samuel L. Jackson shoots as good as I do in first-person shooters, man.
Yes.
It was like watching me when that what the fuck that what was that game? What was that mode called? Blackout?
Yo, Jesus Christ!
The
I
fucking
forgot.
blackout moment where I just
Yeah.
shoot around the guys
Yeah,
with
but
the shotgun.
Don't
Yeah.
feel bad. I have thousands of hours of me seeing a group of enemies getting overexcited and just shooting in between them. This will get them.
Yeah.
Like, dang it, what am I doing here?
The
That was
fact,
so fun.
the fact that I was right on them and I had a shotgun is ridiculous, though.
You had them both by surprise, dude. They were
Yep.
not looking. They were looking in their fucking inventory. You could have just laid waste to them.
I could have knifed them and they would have been dead.
That's true.
And the other one wouldn't have known about it until I got to the other one. But I didn't do that. And I panicked.
Don't feel bad. I have done the same thing.
Oh, man. God damn it.
I guess hunters do the same thing too. They, finally get the opportunity to shoot a deer and then they get too excited.
And miss completely.
Yeah, there's some name for it. I don't remember what it is. I guess there's like breathing techniques you can learn that will help you keep your focus on what you're doing instead of being in your mind. Like I know for a fact I've been like, oh my god, this guy's not looking. I'm gonna get him. This is gonna be, damn it, I'm dead. Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Because I just sit there and shoot around the guy because I'm all excited.
I'm getting a little bit better at that on Call of Duty. I'll have like 5 matches where I just, I don't get shit. And then I'll get a couple of matches where I get 20 kills in a fucking match. And I'm like, that's pretty good.
Nice,
I'm
dude.
still not like at the top of the group, but I'm in the middle at least, not at the bottom.
There's aimbotters galore in that game.
Yeah. Let's see. What rating did you guys give this?
Erik goes first, huh?
4 stars.
Do you know what Kelly's rating was?
Oh, Kelly, what was your rating for this movie? 3 1/4? 3 3/4.
Okay. I'm gonna give it a 4 stars, I guess. 4 stars.
Okay. And I gave it 4 stars also.
Nice.
Next week's movie is my choice. And I assume you guys already know what I'm going to choose. I'm going to choose Christmas Story because somehow we haven't watched it yet.
What?
I know. I don't know how we haven't, but we haven't.
I have seen that movie like hundreds of times.
If for some reason, if I look back and we actually have, I'll change it to something else. But for right now, watch Christmas Story.
Do it again.
We could do
Who
it again. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a great movie. That movie deserves 4 podcasts. A Christmas Story. Yeah.
You haven't done it yet.
She says we haven't done it.
There we go. I'm going to trust Kelly because she's got a better memory than the rest of us.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll watch Christmas Story next week. And then if you guys don't have anything else, that'll be it. You guys have more you want to talk about? We kind of went off on a tangent real fast on that one.
I'm good. I'm reading about butt doubles and who uses them.
Well, let's hear the juicy.
Juicy. Yeah, you gotta let us know.
Dakota Johnson uses a butt double.
Who?
50 Shades of Grey.
Oh,
Never seen the movie, but I guess
pretty
she
sure
uses a butt
Captain
double.
Marvel does too.
Well, she uses a
What's-
full body double for the sex
I
scene.
watched an entire podcast of some guy ripping on her about a butt double. Not a podcast, like a 5-minute YouTube video. And I regret watching it because it was like you could have said it as long as time I did. It's like, but yeah.
But they had to get that ad revenue, so
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So Kit Harington from Game
Okay.
of Thrones uses a butt double.
What? Oh, that's weird.
Anne Kendrick, whoever that is.
Oh, Anna Kendrick?
Yeah, Anna Kendrick. She looks really familiar from something.
There's actually a pretty good Netflix movie called Noelle. Is that Netflix, Kelly?
No.
Oh, never mind. It's on Disney Plus. It's actually pretty good.
Well, she has a no nudity clause, so she always uses a body double.
Anyways, you'd like the Christmas movie. Your daughter would like it too, probably.
What's the name of it?
Noel. It's
Okay.
on Disney Plus.
Joe McHall. No idea what he's ever been in, but he uses one.
Are you talking? Or you mean Joel McHale or Joe McHall?
McHale, I guess.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know who that is. Would you guys use butt doubles?
Of course, I would use a butt double.
I would not. Owen Wilson does. Huh.
I mean,
But it would
why,
be
though?
fun. It would be really funny though, because like it would be like a no shirt scene somewhere, and you just see my hairy fucking back, and then my butt double would be completely pristine. It'd be like this movie here.
Actually, it would be really fun to use somebody with a different, like a completely different skin tone.
Yeah. Then I can. Never mind. I'm not gonna say that. Nope.
That'd be really funny, though.
Oh
No?
man.
Like, I would get Bobby Lee to be my body double.
Oh man.
Luke Wilson uses the body double.
Luke Wilson, you said?
Yeah, he uses a body double.
Bobby Lee is my body double. I'm like all of a sudden a hairless Asian guy.
Kevin
Yeah.
Costner uses a body double.
Uh,
I mean, it's a pretty long list. I just started skipping all the ones that I don't know because I don't know them. But yeah, there's a bunch of people that do.
that's weird. I don't know. Maybe they're just uncomfortable with their bodies.
Some of them, it's literally just the butt because they're uncomfortable with their butt and they want to have a better butt. Some of them, it's the whole body. They got whole body doubles.
Well, I mean, there's exercises to make your butt better.
I mean, there's surgeries. They got money. They could have those silicone
Jesus,
implants or
like,
whatever.
No, don't exercise. Or
No exercise. They got money. They just
silicone
pay for
bag
the
in there.
implants.
Just
Throw a bag in
silicone
there.
Well, that's what they do. They put a silicone bag in there. Isn't that what they do to make their butt better?
Yes.
Depends. I don't think they use silicone so much in body anymore because if it leaks, it can cause problems. I think a lot of times they use like a gel saline solution kind of thing.
Well, for the butt, though, I would think that they'd use more like a rubber material of some sort.
I mean, I think like that's why it was like a gel kind of thing, so it'd be firmer.
Yeah.
So.
That's weird that somebody would do that, but to each their own.
Yeah.
Some people, that's their whole livelihood is their butt, so they have to do it.
I'm not
Then
sure.
there's guys. I was watching something, and they were talking about. I guess guys get calf implants.
Yes.
Why the hell would they do that?
To have better calves. I mean,
I
why
mean, about-
wouldn't you do that? Right?
Calf implants, so I wouldn't. do it.
No,
I mean,
I wouldn't
about-
either.
I would do for a body enhancement is I might nuke my nuts so I could have huge bouncy balls, and then I could ride them down the street, and I could use them, and I could get medical marijuana with it. Yeah, that'd be cool.
God damn it, Eric. Oh man. All right, that's gonna be it, guys.
Yep.
Thanks for watching. Make sure you guys like us on Facebook, facebook.com/HeroicAdventure Productions, twitch.tv/HeroicAdventure, mixer.com/Turketer, and twitch.tv/Turketer Plays. If I put my arm up, it fucks with the green screen. It's weird. I just realized this because I put a shadow on the screen and it screws it up. Let's see. You can also, did I say something about youtube.com/HeroicAdventure Productions? Go there. Check us out. You can follow us on Twitter at HAP Gaming. You can follow me on Twitter at Turketer. You can follow Eric on Twitter at
Freaking severe.
Jason on Twitter at
Unbelievable one.
Kelly on Twitter at Sugar Snuggles, and Ricky on Twitter at Furry Twitter Balls. You can also email us at Steve, Eric, Kelly, Jason, and Ricky at hapgaming.com. Each one of those names individually at hapgaming.com. You can find all the stuff I've been saying in the description on youtube.com/HeroicAdventure Productions and twitch.tv/Turketer Plays. I forgot it for a second. Let's see. Join us next week as we discuss A Christmas Story, and join us this week sometime as we play something. Probably Halo. Possibly The Raft or A Raft or whatever the fuck that game's called. I don't know yet. Maybe Destiny. We'll find out when we decide to get to that. Thanks for joining us, guys.
This week it'll be Wednesday.
Yeah, it'll be this Wednesday, 7:30 Pacific time, PM.
Cool.
All right, talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.